When the auditorium was first constructed, there was, prior to the first assembly celebrating it, a wonderful, passionate summer where a young lady and a boy who was going to be enrolling into the school for the upcoming year, they would meet there and talk and kiss. Of course, he wanted to do more than talk and kiss. He wanted to do a little bit more. She did not feel comfortable with that. They were there during the time when the room itself of the auditorium was actually being constructed. And so it is almost as though the very bricks and the very foundation itself that was poured while they would meet was infused with the first flutters of love that this young lady had ever had. It was almost like the room itself became a part of her. Well, on that fateful day before school started, this boy never did enroll to the school, who was her boyfriend. She met him one last time, and she could tell things were escalating. He wanted more each time, and she wasn't willing to give way. And this final time, they were up at the balcony, which is where they normally were, and she had to break up with him. As she was doing so, he was prepared for that answer. He took the cord of the Fresnel light and wrapped it around her neck, the electrical cord, in a very haphazard knot. He wasn't a very good knot tyer, but he flung her over the railing. And because he tied the knot so incorrectly, it broke her neck. And on the first day of school, when the custodians came in, they saw right underneath of the archway, when you first come in, right below that balcony, they found the lady ran right into the shoes of a swinging girl who was a 9th grader. The boy would have been a senior. The boy, who never did enroll, he actually left, and he left the country. He actually was not a citizen of the country, and for the border. And here's what happened. Some people think that she's called Hanging Mary because she was hanged. Not hung. A coat is hung. A person is hanged when they're executed. It's not because she was hanged, because that when she was lowered down, they say that when her legs got to the point where when they were lowering the cord and her legs got down to the floor, when her neck actually was broken so badly that it hinged right here at the collarbone, and her head hung down to her navel, and her hair hung down below that to her knees, so that when her head swayed gently, her hair would sweep down below the knees. That's why they called her Hanging Mary. There have been a couple of... The legend is that when 3:15 comes around, or whatever, the bell rings and the school ends, if you are in the auditorium alone, you will hear this monstrous shifting of rock grating against rock. And what you're hearing is the exits themselves are being bricked over. The walls are re-bricking themselves so that there is no way out. You can go towards the exit sign, but you're going to find nothing but an empty alcove and a brick wall. Then she begins to descend. Just like runs after you, her head will sway after. Now obviously, if her eyes are facing towards her navel because her head is broken down and her head is swinging, she can't see where you are. That's true. What was reported to me, and I don't have time for this story for the whole thing, but what I understand is she uses kind of an echolocation system to find you. When she gets down to the ground and starts coming after you, she'll stop every now and again, and the walls will begin whispering. The walls themselves are allied to her, and they will whisper where your location is. Then she'll turn towards you and run as fast as she can. Sometimes she'll hit into chairs and just go flipping over, and her head will go bobbing, and she'll smack into things. She'll get right back up again, and she'll put her ears out, and the walls will whisper your location. Because the walls are part of her. It's all part of that love and the first flutterings of love that a girl has when she was murdered. That's all infused into that building. It's part of who she is. Hagen Mary will be able to find you, and those walls, here's the interesting thing, those walls will not open up again. The exits do not open into entrances again unless somebody opens the door from the outside. Or if the bell rings for school in the morning. Good luck lasting that long. Yes, I have had some students, one in particular who had to face hate.
Come on, y'all. I don't want Hagen Mary to come and do this.
That's not Hagen Mary.
Hagen Mary it is, bro. I'm trying to tell y'all we can hurry up and get up out of here.
It's cold in here. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
Hagen Mary is not real.
No, it is real, and I'm gonna prove to you this is real. So guess what? No, y'all gonna come to the auditorium with me, and we shall see if she's real or not. Come on.
Come on, let's just get this over with.
Come on, y'all, go. We going. I'm trying to tell y'all she real. On everything. Hurry up.
I'm gonna kill you.
Oh, let's go.
Sam, where's Sam? Janelle!
Brazilian, where you at?
I'm right here. Awesome.
Come on, Janelle, let's go to the stage.
Janelle, where y'all at? Y'all need to stop leaving me like this. Janelle! Sam! Where is he? Sam! Y'all need to come on! Get up! Y'all need to get up! Come on so we can go! What's that?
Go.
Come on, I could have been getting a drink right now.
Go.
Oh!